What is going on, everybody? Hopefully you're enjoying your day. Today's a great day. I'm actually driving to work right now. I haven't made one of these videos in a while, and I don't know, just kind of felt like I needed to make a video like this. But I'm looking at the clouds right now. It's all overcast. It rained last night. It's gonna rain again today where I'm at. And it's funny because during summer, when the sun's all out doing this and that, I have energy to do a lot of things, but sometimes it gets too hot that my energy levels just bog down. And for someone like me, I just get energized and I get energized in God's presence when it's raining. For me, it sounds weird, but it kind of feels like a makeshift baptism, like a renewal, a cleansing for me. And everyone's less aggravated. I've noticed in the world when it's raining where you are, there's less road rage, there's less problems. Everyone's just kind of easygoing. And I love days like this. And it just reminds me that to be in God is just to rest in peace. Be happy and grateful for all the things that I have, the things that God has already done for me, and the things that He's doing for me in the future. Even though I try to figure that out, I'm a know-it-all, so I try to learn everything, like I said on the stream last night, about everything, because I was blessed with a job where I am able to watch a lot of videos and stuff, and a lot of things bore me, but history excites me. Anything informational I love, and when I read the Bible, when I look at Revelations, when I look at the end times, with all the things that I've learned already, it's just the last missing puzzle piece to all this stuff that I had questions about. I used to believe in aliens. I know that the government does. Oh, dang, gas is $2.77. Yeah, I got a big truck, so yeah, this is a gas guzzler. But I know a lot of things that the government does behind the scenes, and all the shady dealings that a lot of countries do, and have put a lot of pieces together just myself, watching a lot of things. The thing that I couldn't understand is, what controls everything? Who controls everything? And we look at the WEF, right? And we see a lot of things taking place, and it brings a sense of hopelessness. There's this scientific rat study where they would place rats. I think this was done in the 60s or 70s, right? And this is what we're experiencing without God. They would take rats and have this vat full of water, and they would just put rats in there, or mice. I think it was rats, and they would leave them in there for hours, and they wouldn't stop swimming. Their drive to keep going and going and going was there. And then after about an hour or 2 hours, or in a very extended period of time, they would grab the rats or put something in there for them to get out of the water and back onto hard land. And so this was a double-blind study, right? And so with those rats that were saved, they after a few hours, they put the rats back in the vats full of water, and they didn't put anything. They didn't grab or save the rats for triple the length. I think like 6 to 8 hours, and they just kept swimming because they had hope. They knew that they were going to be saved eventually. They didn't know when, but they were determined not to give up. And they had another test with rats that they just didn't save. They just let them just swim and drown, and they didn't last as long. They had no hope. After a few hours, I think it was like 3 or 4 hours, their bodies started giving out, and they just felt hopeless and ended up drowning. And that is us in in faith in Jesus, that God has a plan for us, and that we are going to be called home. When we read Revelation, that is the promise. Oh man, hope everything's all right. And that's the promise that we hold on to. That's what gives us inspiration. That's what gives us drive. That's what gives us comfort each and every day when we see what's going on in the world, especially now. For all of those that have children, it's especially hard because we know what's going to happen eventually, and we see all these things playing out in the world. The more we remove ourselves from the internet, social media, and negative company, it's a more peaceful way of life. But it's just knowing certain things will screw you up. Will screw you up long term. It's better just to stay off of social media altogether and not have to worry about nothing. But when you're in certain situations, you kind of have to. We are supposed to live in the world, but not of the world. So depending on our jobs and our financial status, sometimes we're not able to do it. We got to kind of see what's going on so we can plan accordingly to help our families. But holding on to hope is what we're supposed to do, because God has a promise. So if we die today, if we die tomorrow, if we die in 20 years, 50 years, doesn't matter. We just need to hold on to the hope that is in the Bible that explains everything. And with hope in Jesus, that He is coming back to take His kingdom, and God is going to give Him extreme power, his rightful throne, and call up the ones that call His name. We all might not be perfect. We all struggle with certain things. The devil isn't going to attack us all in the same way. We all have different weaknesses, and the devil is more aware of our weaknesses than we are. And being mindful of that, trying to remove ourselves from time to time, look inward and say, look, all right, what's the root cause of why I'm doing what I'm doing? Because if we can figure out, and I'm speaking for myself, if we figure out what the root cause of this is, then we can have power and claim dominion over it, because we can start fixing and changing our lives in a more positive way. And the less problems that we have, the better off we are, and the easier it is to follow Christ in His teachings and how to live a happy, clean, and fulfilling life. And so it's a struggle, especially someone that's coming into Christianity new and more apparent of all their sins than anything. It's a very dangerous and volatile time. But to hold on to the fact that God has a promise for us, and the choices that we make once we fully believe and we're sealed with God's logo, right? His calling card for all of His children. We'll either meet Him sooner, or we'll meet Him with a full-on, happy, and loving life. And He will give us so many blessings on this world if we just listen to Him. And if we don't listen to Him, it doesn't mean you're not saved, as long as you have that change of heart and you have a coming to Jesus moment. I don't know, it's different for everyone. The Bible says just believe, and God knows where your heart is. So we have security in going to heaven at any time once we believe in Jesus. And we have the promise that this world is not ours. So we need to stop acting. And I'm kind of speaking for myself, because this is what I try to do, is try to put my will on the world to get what I want or what I think I need. But this world is not our own. That this world is God's. that he's sending his son to take control, take authority over it soon. And what he's doing right now is just watching, kind of like, you know, what the FBI does, you know, to people that know too much. They don't just go in and arrest them. They watch that mother trucker and say, all right, cool, we got him. Let's go arrest his booty. And then they go in and take control, and then, you know, and then they hide them, right? Just like Jesus is gonna do. He's like, all right, cool. All right, so this is what's going on. Oh shoot! You see the U.S., man? Look at that Bitcoin. Oh shoot! Okay, look at this land grab. Look at what they're doing to the food. Look at, you know, look at all these. Look at Linda. You know, and you know, and then Jesus is gonna say, all right, cool, let's go. And he's gonna swing his sickle and reap his harvest and call his children home, because the next reap is when he's going to take authority, and he's going to come in and do a lot of destruction. Now, granted, the destruction isn't going to be what we think it is. Like, we think it's going to be biting and whatnot, but you know, he just speaks, and then everyone just bows and like, oh shoot, we were fighting for the wrong team. Messiah. So, you know, we gotta just remember that is God is not one of destruction, but he will end everything. He allows destruction. The devil is of destruction, and God is of building and creating. And so he's not going to destroy his creation, but he will, while the devil reigns and operates on this world, which he is allowed to, he will allow destruction, so that way he can call who he needs home, have the world set up however it's supposed to be set up for his ultimate checkmate, and then he's gonna say, all right, angels, go reap, and they're gonna call us all home, and then Jesus is gonna appear. Everything is gonna be cast out into the lake of fire or the abyss, and that is gonna be glorious, because we're gonna be brought back as warriors for God. We're going to be angelic beings, not of flesh, but in spirit. And we're going to be undefeatable. And how are we undefeatable? Because us as Christians, we have love, we have hope, we have gentleness, we have kindness. You know, we're there to lend a neighbor a hand. You know, we're usually the people that are underappreciated, but the harder workers. You know, and that's not speaking for everyone, but that's kind of what Christians are. Christians work extremely hard for little gratitude, and no one really ever, you know, is there to help other Christians sometimes too. So let's keep that in mind. You know, if there's a brother in need, let's try to help them out, or a sister in need, help them out. Use your discernment, you know, because dogs and swine will trample all over us. Just because someone that claims they're Christian doesn't mean they're Christian. You have to have that change of heart, and you know, sometimes that's hard to decipher. But you know, the point of the video is just, it's hard. It's hard sometimes to be happy knowing what we know, what we read, and sometimes we get too into it, and then we try to find out more and more based on YouTube videos, and that will lead to a certain type of paranoia. Sometimes good to just look at the sky, look at the clouds, look at the stars, look at all of God's creations, the trees, the grass, the roads that we build, the vehicles that are amazing, that are just awesome. Doesn't matter what, if you have a Honda, if you have a Tahoe, a Jeep, a GMC, whatever, you know, an Audi, even those stupid little smart cars, you know, it's all God's creation, and it's all beautiful. It takes a lot of hard work, and you know, it's for a purpose. So be happy and content with what we have. Some have a lot, some have a little, some have somewhere in between, but we're all struggling. And the best way to not struggle is just remember that we have all faith in Jesus, and one day we will be called home, whether naturally or supernaturally. And it's all said in the good book at the very end. So I got to go into work. Yeah, came to a different location to come work out today. So that'll be fun. Yeah, it's gonna be a long day. I want some coffee. But you guys have a wonderful day. Stay blessed. Love you guys. And yeah, I haven't done one of these videos in a while, so hopefully you guys enjoy it. And there should be a live stream tonight, so I'll see you guys there. Laters.